The autumn air is crisp in the rolling hills of the Midwest. Chad Hall has recently arrived in Illinois for the second annual Team Corone Shutdown Cancer Hunt. Tomorrow is the opening day of the firearms season, so first thing is first, dialing in the gunworks.
Here at the range, just about to sight in the gunworks muzzleloader that I'm going to use tomorrow versus a shotgun. This is the longest distance muzzleloader that I know of on the market, 700-yard range. Pretty nice to know if you can shoot 700 that 100 to 200-yard shot's going to be pretty darn easy. So we want it to be easy when that big buck stands out there tomorrow.
After firing off a few shots and making minute adjustments, Chad heads to camp. The lodge has been donated by Tom Gibson, a fellow hunter in support of the Team Corone Foundation.
So Rick Corone and I met probably about 3 years ago through a mutual friend, and they had explained the battle that he was going through with cancer. And so I reached out to Rick to introduce myself and find out what we could do to help, and offered to donate a hunt, a 7-day dream hunt that we were going to put on for a couple of hunters. And we did that. It was a success. And so Chad Hall from Sheep Shape actually donated for the hunt, and we were very appreciative of that. Everything went to the Team Corone Fund.
Chad and Rick share stories from the previous hunts and get their powder ready for the next morning.
You realize that this is the first time in 2 seasons of Sheep Shape that we've actually hunted together. Yeah. Isn't that kind of crazy? We've worked out together, we've traveled together, we've never hunted together.
Yeah. You know, knowing what I'm going through and knowing what we've been through as a team, yeah. And you know, as Sheep Shape partner, it's pretty awesome that you did this. So I mean, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I know that came at the right place at the right time, and to have Tom donate AgriHunt Farms and not only all the different properties that we're at, but these properties have not been hunted all year, and he set those aside for us, which is pretty special. And yeah,
we should catch him slipping around in the morning and making mistakes, and we'll have a buck pole full of horn.
I hope so.
Awesome meat.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's opening day shotgun season here in Illinois. Sun just came up. We've been out here for a little bit now. Had deer in here as soon as it got light. There were 2 fawns, and then a really young buck came in trying to check out the decoy, but he didn't like it at all. And a couple other deer a long ways away. Looked like they were just does, but the field is clear right now. It's kind of slow, and we're just hoping the big guy comes out here pretty soon.
The day drags on, with a winter storm front moving in. Due to the high winds, Chad decides to head back to camp to get ready for the upcoming day. The temps drop, and the night passes by and reveals a snow-covered land. Chad has to weather the single digits in hopes of getting a chance to see a glimpse of a big buck.
It's still snowing, and the wind's picking up. Got pretty close to 20 mile an hour or better gusts. The snow should stop at some point this afternoon, the weather forecast is saying. But the winds are still going to be strong. The temperature is supposed to drop steady every hour, a few degrees. And we're going to get down to a low, like somewhere between 4 to 6 degrees. So it's going to be really cold. They're laid up right now. They're either going to come out this afternoon, or they're going to come out tomorrow morning. We'll see. We're going to sit here and sit it out the whole time and hope for the best.
The snow falls for hours, giving Chad some time to make a better shooting lane. As the day passes, the snow begins to stop, and the late-day sun peeks from the clouds and shimmers on the snow-covered landscape. A small buck appears and walks away. Suddenly, Chad spots something in the corner of his eye, within 10 feet of the blind.
There's a big buck.
A mature whitetail makes its way out of the timber, across a cut cornfield. Chad has to reposition as the deer has come out through a different opening than anticipated. With seconds to spare, before the buck heads into the timber, Chad lines up. It's game time.
I think he's done. Oh my goodness. We had a little buck over here that didn't like the decoy. And then we chased her around. There's a buck standing right there. It was just like this morning. We wanted like 10 feet. He's standing there 10 freaking feet. And he's got his back and he puts his head that way. And we thought he walked behind the blind, and then he just starts walking out. And he's a good deer. You know, one that you can't really pass up. I know there's bigger bucks here, but that is a trophy to me. He was spooked from that decoy or from us or something. Started trotting off. I had one little window. It was like now or never, and I shot. Knocked him down.
Chad gets out of the blind to get his hands on his hard-earned trophy. Overwhelmed with excitement, Chad takes a moment to soak in the beauty of his Illinois buck. It's moments like this that a hunter lives for. It's not always about the animal or size of the horns. It's the thrill of the hunt, experiencing nature at its finest, and the camaraderie of good friends and good people. Chad and Tom have decided to donate all the meat to the food shelters to feed the hungry.